Here at Fresno, we get to see patients from all different sorts of backgrounds.
We work really closely with our attendings. There's a lot of one-on-one times.
That makes you a better physician.
Residents become your family when you're in residency.
I definitely feel like I will be prepared by the time I finish.
Our graduates also match very well into the fellowship programs of their choice.
And it's a great nurturing environment.
We have a really good camaraderie here at UCSF Fresno.
I'm so proud to be a part of this program.
We have great faculty from all different specialties, so you're going to get a really great education no matter what path you choose in this residency program.
All the faculty I met during my interview day were genuinely interested in my education, and I really felt that warmth here, which I didn't feel at other programs necessarily.
I love my continuity clinic. I think that's one of the strongest things in our program. You get to follow kids from 2, 4, 6 months up into the 12-month visits.
We are the only level 1 trauma center, I think, between LA and Sacramento.
We see traumas of all different sorts, from farm traumas to people up in the national parks, as well as all of the freeways come through here.
Every patient from the Central Valley that needs level 1 care is coming to our hospital.
Kind of the adage is you don't want bad things to happen to people, but if you're learning and training, you want to be there when it does.
A lot of the services that may be available in LA or SF, we can do here.
At this program, I've seen things I never thought I would see in a good way.
You get more hands-on exposure and just you get to really build those more intimate relationships.
We work really closely with attendings and we get a lot of operative experience with them.
We get our interns into the operating room as early as possible.
I've been able to be a part of free flaps, tissue transfers,
Operative trauma, a lot of penetrating trauma.
Day one, you're in the operating room,
skin graft.
which is not the case at a lot of other programs.
And a lot of blunt trauma because we have a lot of freeways that run through the area.
Really complex closures of large wounds.
It's a very good balance here of autonomy as well as supervision.
And that kind of unique aspect of training is just something that you can't get anywhere else in the United States.
It's been incredible.
I wanted to be able to speak Spanish every single day. And the joke here that I have in my program is that I sometimes only speak Spanish that day.
Diversity means not just different races, but different cultures, different sexual identities, different religions, and just different upbringings and experiences that make up a person.
You know, kind of seeing the complexity of the patients that are managed here.
It's just the diversity of the cases that I saw in my externship. It was really unparalleled to anywhere else.
The hospital is a huge service to this community. A lot of underserved patients.
Doctor to patient ratio here in the Central Valley that is 1/4 the national average.
So being out here, you really come to realize how everyone is different, how everyone has different beliefs, and how the medicine that you want to practice can mean one thing to somebody but another to another person.
You know, the pathology you see here, the certain medical conditions I had never even encountered before, it was truly fascinating.
And being able to care for a community that works very hard for what they have it's very rewarding, for sure.
I think one of the most important things a resident should look for when choosing a residency program is the type of people that they're going to be working with.
I kind of fell in love with the people here and the environment.
We have get-togethers on the weekends, a little bit more in the past than now, of course.
UCSF Fresno has like a nice blend of people who are really focused on their careers and proactive.
It's a very close-knit feel with all the residents here. We all depend on each other and really have bonded through our training together.
You have a great, smart community, but you also have people who are just very genuinely kind, enjoy the outdoors, down-to-earth people that are easy to get along with.
The same type of diversity I mentioned with patients, it's the same thing with the residents. Everyone has these really cool different backgrounds, upbringings, and it's an experience unlike anything that I've had before.
It's a family. It's a family that doesn't just start here. It's something that kind of goes over time. So you'll always have those connections when you leave here. You'll always have someone from UCSF Fresno that you can look up and have to call and guide you through the rest of your journey, which I think is great.
My whole opinion of the city and this area has changed.
Talking about Fresno, I might be one of like the bigger Fresno fanatics.
You know, I came from LA, which is more metropolitan, and Fresno has, I mean, the people are wonderful. It has all the same food and activities and things to do that I had in LA, but the benefit is there's very little traffic.
My wife and I just had a baby, and you know, we plan to live here. We feel like this is a great place to raise your kids, great school system, so these are all the added benefits of training here.
The housing prices are cheaper. That was a huge draw for me and my husband, just the cost of living was cheaper.
It has everything and more that I'd want. Every issue that I had in LA, which was traffic or trying to figure out how to organize like a simple hangout with your friends, took like a week to plan. Over here, I've been able to go to Grizzly Fest, the music festival out here.
If you're outdoorsy like we are, there's Millerton Lake nearby. Yosemite's an hour away if you love to hike, and even in the winter, it's beautiful to drive through.
After living here for now going on 3 years, every day I'm finding out new things to do.
Fresno's a really great place to live.
As much as I loved LA, I really have taken to Fresno.
I came in knowing that I really love the people and I love the program, but actually when I speak to people who come for interviews, one thing that I always say is I actually love it more than I expected, and I expected to love it a lot.
If you're interested in trauma, this is definitely the place to be. We do a lot of it and we're very good at it.
Yeah, great parking. Great parking. Also, there's free food at UCSF Fresno.
My residents are awesome. We get along very, very well. I play basketball with the internal medicine residents here. I play soccer with the family medicine residents here. They have a joke that they call me the mayor because I know everyone in the hospital.
It's home for me. I've decided to sign on as chief resident next year amongst 2 other co-residents. I'm hoping to stay in the Central Valley. I've been looking at homes. I'm planning for the future here.
Now, as a fourth-year psychiatry resident nearing the end of residency, I definitely feel like I will be prepared by the time I finish. We got to train in many different types of environments and learn from many different very skilled attendings, and I feel like I received a very, very good education.
For me, I've loved my experience here. I think we have one of the best training programs in the nation, and I would argue the best, and I enjoy being here so much. I would love the opportunity to stay on.
It's a family, and I felt that way before I got here, and even to this day, I think we're still a great family.